everyone, welcome to another video for assignmentsstamp.com. Today I'm going to be making a card using supplies from the September 2013 card kit. And I started out by taking the black cardstock in the kit and cutting and scoring a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square card. So I have that card base already done. And I have a piece of the gray cardstock from the kit cut to 4 inches by 4 inches. And I'm going to be taking these two circle dies from Sizzix. This is from the Sizzix Circle Framelit die set. And I'm going to be doing a series of circle cuts and creating a circle window in the front of the card. So the first thing I need to do is I'm going to cut a circle in this gray piece here. And I need to make sure that I have space underneath that circle to put a little stencil down here at the bottom. So if it's placed right up here, that'll be perfect. I'm going to take just some little bits of washi tape just to hold that in place. I'm taking quite a bit of the stickiness off by putting it on my skin. And I will just hold down that washi and I'll run it through my Big Shot machine. Alright, now I'm opening up my black card and I'm positioning that gray cardstock piece over the card, getting it that centered. And now I'm going to take the smaller circle die and I'll get that centered. Get it centered right exactly where I want it. And I'll carefully lift up this gray piece. In fact, maybe I'll get this kind of stuck down a little bit and then I can move it around and get it just right. So right there, and I'll tape down this other side. I'm going to run this through my Big Shot machine so that this smaller circle creates a frame inside this one. I have one more series of cuts to make, and that's with some window plastic right here. This is just some transparent film left over from some stamp packaging that I put in some storage pockets so I didn't need the packaging anymore. And then some pattern paper that is included in the kit. This is from my Mind's Eyes Chalk Studio 6x6 pad. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut these together at the same time. Actually, I just caught myself. I'm not cutting out the window plastic because we need that as the window part. It's just the pattern paper. Okay, before I start assembling the card and everything, I'm going to go ahead and work on this gray piece here. So now I'm going to take the stencil and I'm going to be putting some black ink on it. And I'm making sure I'm using the smooth side. I'm going to be stamping on this in a minute. So I want to make sure it's the smooth side of the cardstock. And I'm just using the corner of a blending tool really carefully, bringing in that black color. You have to be really careful up here on this edge. Alright, so I just have that little banner shape. It's a little distressed. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and zap this with my heat tool so it's completely dry. I'm going to be doing some white embossing, so I'm just going to test this area and make sure nothing's sticking anymore. It looks like it's still sticking to those areas. So I'm going to wipe this off and I'll hit it with my heat tool once again to get rid of all that moisture that's attracting the powder. Okay, it looks like it pretty much all shakes off. Just to be sure, I'm going to use my embossing magic powder bag from Inkadinkado. I'm just going to put that over that banner shape. And from the stamp set in the kit, it's this one right here, I'm going to get the Safe Travels sentiment in Versamark ink. And I'll just put that right over the top. And then add white embossing powder. This is Hero Arts embossing powder. Just has that Safe Travels right over that banner. Alright, so here's my black card base. I'm going to take my window plastic, I'm going to dust it off, make everything look really nice, and I'm going to be adhering it over that circle. So I'll just take some mono multi-glue and I'm going to put that around the outside edge of that square and then directly on top. Really squash that down, get it adhered really well. Alright, and now I can take the circle. In fact, you know, I'm going to put a little bit of Put a little scratch paper underneath so we can see that circle better. Put that down, and now I'm going to be adhering my pattern paper circle right over the top. And I can just use some tape runner adhesive for that. So I'll just put that right over the top. Just make sure all the black is covered. Doesn't have to be completely on there straight. Mine's a little crooked. All right, and now we're going to be placing this one right on top, but I'm going to put it on some foam adhesive. All right, so it looks just like this. Got the window plastic. And I'm going to take the little car wood veneer that comes in the kit, and I'm going to be adhering it right on top. I'll just use a little bit of Tombow Mono multi-glue on the back. You could also use glossy accents. That would be sticky enough to hold the wood veneer. Just stick that right on. I have a little bit of glue oozing out. It'll dry clear, so I'm not too worried. To finish off the card, I'm just going to go, well, first of all, I'm going to put a little bit of foam underneath this area because I can see that it's kind of gapping. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut a small little foam piece. And then I can put that on the end of my scissors and slide that right underneath, just like that, so it won't gap anymore. So I'm going to go around the outside edge of the gray. I'm going to add some dashed lines. All right, I just always keep a little baggie filled with some leftover die cut hearts from the Simon Says Stamp Mini Hearts die set. And I'm just going to take a little tiny heart. I think I'll use one of the smallest. And I'm just going to be adding a little heart right on the car. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Tombow Mono multi-glue just right there on the edge of the car. And then picking up my heart, sliding that right up into place. Last but not least, I'm going to take some Christmas red stickles and I'm just going to put some glitter on that heart. And don't forget some dashed lines around the circle. And there we go. There's a card, a little window card, so you can see on the inside of the card. If you want to write a message inside this card and you don't want to be constrained to just this area, I would suggest putting another piece of pattern paper inside the card, like I did with the video up here. I'll link to it up here in the top corner. It's another example of a window card where I put pattern paper on the inside so that it preserved the space on the interior of the card for you to write a message. So you could do that with this card as well. So that's the card for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.